Has your business slowed down the past few months? I'm going to explain why I think this is and how you can prevent it and bounce back. All right, here we go. All right, so I've been seeing this all over groups, all over Facebook groups, forums. You know, I've talked to my own clients, and you know, the past few months, which for most of you watching is summertime, it has been a little bit slower for many of you. If your business has not been slower, then congrats. Maybe you can teach all of us something. But I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why I do think it is slower and how you can prevent it and bounce back. So, well, let me just take a step back. Think about the mindset or the time frame we're in. So I'm not going to say the terms because it could get me, you know, shadow banned on these different platforms. But we had a big event happen last year in 2020, and you know, this is the first summer after that big event, and I think from a normal person's perspective, most people are ready to get out of the house. They're ready to travel. You know, they're ready to, you know, get out and do things, explore, because they've been in lockdowns and stuff. And so that's the first mindset that I'm looking at, is like, okay, the average person is probably, you know, spending a lot of time traveling. There's probably, you know, investing their funds into travel and, you know, spending time with their kids, doing summer activities, all that. With that being said, I do work in the beauty industry. So a lot of my clients do, you know, what's called permanent makeup, where you can't be in the sunlight. And so that's a big thing about summertime. It's like everybody wants to go get some sunshine, get some vitamin D. And that's more important now than ever. And so, yeah, a lot of people are not going to get permanent makeup right now. They might still be interested, and they might still be watching your business and looking at your content, which is why it's still important to do that stuff. But maybe they're not ready right now because they want to get some sunlight. It's totally understandable. Honestly, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and about every time there's a big summer slowdown, I think it's just worse this year because of the events that have happened the past year and the fact that everybody wants to get out. And another thing is finances. So, you know, with all the things we've already mentioned, you know, people are probably struggling. Like, a lot of people have only had stimulus checks. You know, a lot of people have been out of work, and so they're not able to really focus on, you know, luxury services or, you know, things that they don't necessarily need at the moment. And so I think between, you know, wanting to get some sun, you know, get out and enjoy the summer and travel, plus the financial situation of a lot of people, I think that's what's really causing the slowdown the past few months. And if you agree with these reasons, if you think there's another reason, or if you don't agree with one of them, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback and thoughts on this, because you know, it's always, to me, it's very interesting, not only because it directly affects my business and my clients' businesses, but you know, just the psychological aspect of it is very neat to me. But anyways, here's the good news. I do think it's about to get much better. It always ramps up in the fall. Once, you know, people get their kids back in school, once people's finances start coming back from the travel and vacations and things like that, and once they start thinking about, like, okay, now I want to look good for these football games, I want to look good for the upcoming holidays, and you know, different things like that. Or, you know, I want to save time in the morning getting my kids ready for school. Those are some of the benefits of the services my clients offer. I think it's going to get much better. I'm going to give you a few ways now that you can actually improve, you know, your situation. If let's say you're struggling right now, you're slow, I'm going to give you some tips on improving that, and I'm also going to show you some ways you can prevent it next year, because like I said, the past 5 years, every summer has been slower. And so how can you prevent it the next year is what you should be thinking long term. All right, the first thing is next time, start advertising sooner. And so, you know, I know you can't go back and change the past, but now we're thinking about the future right now. So I've noticed that advertising has a delayed effect. I mean, yes, you know, the goal is to get everybody to take action right away, but 99% of people are going to see your ad once or twice, but they're not going to book with you, or they're not going to purchase with you right away. So there is somewhat of a delayed effect. You know, sometimes it can be years, sometimes it can be months. I would say on average 3 to 6 months is about the delayed effect I see. But I've got people who have been talking to me. I was actually talking to some yesterday. I was like, because they were voting on one of my polls in my stories, and I was like, are you actually ever going to sign up? Because like I think I've been talking to her for like 4 years now, and we were laughing about it. So yeah, it can take people a long time once they start seeing your stuff and becoming exposed to your marketing or advertising, and really start connecting with you, for them to actually take action and do business with you. And so, for example, right now, if you're watching this, it is, you know, August 10th. 10th. And so if you want in 3 months, you know, when the holidays start rolling around, if you want to be booked up then, or, you know, have your schedules filled then, start thinking about that stuff now. Go ahead and start getting advertising going now. Go ahead and start putting out content that's going to connect with people now, because with that delayed effect, you can't just wait until it's like, oh, I need clients or I need purchases. I'm gonna start running ads, and then you're like super desperate, and that really leads into my next point, which is don't come off as desperate. Even if you really need the bookings, even if you really need the purchases, don't, you know, be too pushy. Now, there is a certain amount of pressure and tactics and stuff, and I teach this to my clients, that you can use in a great way to serve your clients. But if you come off as desperate, people are going to be like, ooh, and you're going to push them away. It's kind of like dating. If a guy comes up to you or a girl comes up to you and they're, you know, super interested in you, but it's just like kind of clingy, you know, you're going to kind of like be pushed away psychologically, because you're going to be like, why is this person, you know, being like this? So don't be like that. Even if you know, inside you're like, oh, I'm desperate for clients, don't show it. You know, be calm, cool, collected, help people out, make helpful content, be nice to them. You can ask them questions and things like that, but don't be like, come in today, right now. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to give you a really helpful tip with all this. Focus on the customer's real pain points. Now, if you've listened to any of my stuff before, you've probably heard me say to focus on their pain points. It's a pretty common, you know, term in marketing, but I'm going to kind of narrow it down for you and give you specific examples. What are people's pain points right now? So I'm going to use the beauty industry as an example. Are people like wanting to look like celebrities or wanting to look, you know, amazing? Some people might. But the average person is probably a little bit lonely from, you know, having to stay home a lot due to the events I'm not going to name the past year. People don't have that human connection like they used to. And so one of the cool things you can do, and, you know, I've always taught this, but now it's even more applicable, is, you know, get yourself out there, you know, make helpful videos for people, like reach out to people, get on Facebook groups and talk to people. It doesn't have to be directly related to your service. Like, you know, you can be nice and helpful to someone, and then they could check out your profile and see like, oh, she runs a salon, or she's a permanent makeup artist. And then they connect with you on a deeper level, you know, they reach out to you. So be that helpful person, be that cool person that people, because if people watch your videos and they're like, oh, she looks like a nice person, or he looks like a nice guy, and, you know, you're being very helpful, you're maybe make some jokes, some humor, they're like, oh, I could see myself hanging out with that person. Oh, they also offer a service. Well, I'm gonna go, you know, do business with them. And that's really the approach I recommend taking, because like I said, their real pain point, it might be the typical things like last year or the year before, like, oh, you know, you want to look amazing and look beautiful. Like some people, yes. A lot of people really just want that deeper human connection. And, you know, a lot of times on a deeper psychological level, you know, looking great is just another way to try to attract a mate or attract a friend and get on that human connection, like that deep human connection. That's really what all of us want. And so when you really think about it like that, and I know I'm going a little bit deep there, but when you break it down like that, it makes sense of why we do the things we do, and, you know, why people purchase the things we do. Like, for example, a Lamborghini. I mean, some people might really like Lamborghinis, but a lot of times, like, you buy a really, really luxury car like that, it's not necessarily to drive it around, because a lot of people let it sit in the garage. It's so they can take pictures of it, so they can like feel cool and like impress people. And all this is just a means to, you know, connect with other human beings, because you want to feel accepted. Human beings are very tribal. Like, we all want to feel accepted, and we'll go to great measures to do that. You know, people will go into debt. People will ruin their lives trying to get accepted by others. So think about those things when you're making your content or you're writing your posts. Like, what are your audiences? What do they really want, like on a deeper level? And that'll help you, you know, bounce back a lot quicker and make content that's more applicable to them, as opposed to just like, hey, this is my product, you should buy, or this is my service, it's the greatest thing ever. Like, show them how your service benefits them. So, all right, guys, if you've been slow this summer, you know, rest assured you're not the only one. There's been even some of my clients, you know, slow down a little bit. I always see a drop in ad performance over the summer months, and you're probably thinking, well, Jake, why would you run ads during the summer if you're going to have a drop in performance? Because it's still very important. Because so when I say drop in performance, I'm talking about short term, like they're not booking right away, but all those people that are seeing the ads, they're engaging with the ads, they're becoming leads. Like, these are the people that are going to turn into bookings over the next few months, as long as you continue the process, you know, of marketing to them and selling to them and things like that, which I do teach in my my program. I think advertising is so important year-round, 24/7, because the clients I see and the business owners I see who advertise year-round, those are the ones that have less slowdowns. They have less, dips. Whereas the people who are reactive, instead of being proactive, if they're reactive in advertising, then they're like, oh crap, I don't have any bookings right now. I need to run some ads. And then, they get really desperate and all that. So you don't want to get yourself in that situation. I mean, you want to advertise 24/7, 365, 365 days a year. All right, guys, hope this helped. If you think of anything else of why you think you might be slower, or maybe you're not slow, let us know why you think that is in the comments. And last but not least, I know a lot of you have not subscribed to this channel or this podcast, and so make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any future updates. I'm going to be coming out with a lot of helpful tips over the next few months. All right, my name is Jake Randolph, and I'm happy to help. If you ever have any questions, just let me know. See you later. Bye.